Kalia Medeiros averaging 14 points a game. Kimberly Sanchez averaging 13 a night. And have a couple returners that didn't play many minutes last year that are really contributing to the Northwest team. What will Tech have to do to start the new year off on the right foot? We ask that to head coach Joy Lease when we come back. We're live here on our pregame report on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Today's game is brought to you by Quail Mountain Coffee Company, Turn Tom Pointez, Bogate Construction, Pepsi Cola, and Rogue Credit Union.
Carbon monoxide detectors save lives because if kerosene, propane, natural gas, or wood isn't burned
Experience is everything at Klamath Falls Toyota. Experience digital solutions like an online buying process, fast and easy. Estimate your payments. Nice. Value your trade-in and get pre-approved for financing. Do all the paperwork remotely. Choose in-person pickup or at-home delivery. We even offer airport pickup. Klamath Falls Toyota, where experience is everything.
Hey, grab me one too.
At Papa Murphy's, we know family time is more important than ever. And our family wants to do all we can to help your family. So we're making it easier to get pizza made from scratch that you bake at home by offering online ordering everywhere and delivery and curbside pickup where we can. So you can keep family time as normal as possible. Papa Murphy's, we're in this together.
Hey, on the mountain we've got a saying. Get off your... Touchdown! Woo! Mountain Dew!
Sally Shoyu Chicken, Typin's Teriyaki Chicken, and more. All served with traditional sticky rice and your pick of Hawaiian mac or a fresh green salad. Have a large order or need to cater an event? Hit them up on Facebook. North Shore Hawaiian Plate Lunch, the fresh taste of the islands. Open weekdays on Altamont Drive, Klamath Falls.
It's time for the Oregon Tech Coaches Show as Mike Safford sits down with head coach Joy Lease. Brought to you by Lake of the Woods Resort. Now the voice of the Owls, Mike Safford.
Back here on a Friday night from Danny Miles Court, it is 2025. And the Lady Owls play their first game of the new year here today against Northwest University. Head coach Joy Lee stops by. And Joy, Happy New Year. And hopefully you and your family had a great Christmas and a holiday break.
We did. Happy New Year to you as well.
The team came off a great road trip to end the 2024 part of the season. Huge wins at Bushnell and at Corbin. And, it really seemed like the things that hadn't been clicking for the Owls started to click, especially offensively in that Corbin basketball game.
Yeah, that was good to see. Our best shooting performance of the season so far. And, I knew we were capable of it. We just hadn't really done it in a game yet. And our focus had been defense. So to have us kind of flip the switch offensively too, it was good to see.
And you looked at it. It wasn't like you didn't play good defense both nights. You held both opponents under 40%. That's been the telltale sign. Outside of that one half against Southern Oregon, over the last 9 games, you've held every opponent to 37% shooting or less, and it really seems like ball pressure and being able to rotate and get a hand to the face has really been key.
Well, it's been our focus in practice. We daily, that's our emphasis. That's what we work on because we just know we're not always going to shoot 50% from the field like we did against Corbin. And so we've got to hang our hat on the defensive end because we know we can always play defense. And the girls have really bought into it. So it's fun to watch and practice our improvement.
And the ability to finish around the basket, too. You get a turnover. Now you got a fast break and to be able to finish. Gabby Gaskin's done a great job with that. Kennedy Toll's done a really nice job with that. And then just to see the emergence of your bigs just getting better and better day in and day out has been really inspiring, not only for me as the radio guy, but I think for the Oregon Tech fans as well.
Yeah, it's fun to watch, and it's a fun style to play. So it's motivating, you know. And I think our post players are figuring out, you get in the passing lanes, you're going to get those steals too. And, you know, it's just having a little bit of success is just kind of keeps everything rolling. So hopefully we can do that again today.
Josie Ramos against Corbin had her best game of the season. And I don't know if it's just me. You probably feel the same way. When she's out on the court, she is a force. The problem has been over the last month, she hasn't been out on the floor because for some reason the officials think she's fouling. Half the time I don't think they are. But for some reason she hasn't gotten the benefit of the doubt and finally got to play more than maybe 18 minutes against Corbin and scored 23 points.
Right. Well, we let her know that too. You know, she knows that that's an issue and that we can't control how the officials are going to call a game. So she has to make those adjustments in real time and adjust to the way they're calling so she can stay on the floor because we're so much better when she's out there.
6-0 since that opening road trip to Iowa on the road. You know, the focus for the team has been there, and you know, how important has it been to be able to start conference play with 4 wins away from Klamath Falls?
You know, we feel comfortable on the road, which is good, and that's hard sometimes. And some of those road trips, especially here in our conference play, those road trips are brutal. And I also think part of that is because we travel so well. We have such a great fan base. It seems like no matter where we go, we're competing with the home team for attendance, and that really inspires our players. And we value it so much.
Tonight at home, Northwest University is in town. We'll talk about the Eagles when we come back. We're live here from Danny Miles Court. Glad you could join us on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Experience is everything at Klamath Falls Toyota. Experience digital solutions like an online buying process, fast and easy. Estimate your payments. Nice. Value your trade-in and get pre-approved for financing. Do all the paperwork remotely. Choose in-person pickup or at-home delivery. We even offer airport pickup. Klamath Falls Toyota, where experience is everything.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
comfort of home has never been more important, which is why we're committed to delivering affordable, reliable power. Our reliability track record is 99.98%, and we're always working on new and better ways to go even further.
Start the new year out with over $45,000 in cash and prizes at Clomoya Casino. The top prize climbs each week at our Wintertime Money Lift Friday drawings. Win up to $5,000 on January 31st. Win up to a 65-inch TV and $100 cash at the Football Fever Frenzy Hot Seats. And up to $250 free play at the Fortune Free Play Kiosk. Only at Clomoya Casino in Chiloquin, where winning comes naturally.
The cars we drive play an important part of our everyday. Whether we're going to work, dropping off the kids at school, or maybe even on that first date. Vehicles we drive play an important role in all of that. And that's why at Klamath Falls Subaru, we are so passionate about getting you the long-lasting vehicle that you will love. When you come to our store, you'll find that every department is dedicated to caring for our customers, which is why I can proudly send anyone here knowing that they will be treated like family. Stop by and say hi, because whether you've driven 1 mile or 1,000, when you come to Klamath Falls Subaru, you're coming home.
Every year, Oregon Tech enrolls our next generation of graduates in engineering, health sciences, technology, business, and more, with the highest median starting salary of any college or university in Oregon. Now's your time at Oregon Tech.
W Chicken Pizza, featuring loads of chicken, onion, country bacon, and Canadian bacon piled to the edge. Family-owned Abby's, a legendary pizza tradition.
Today's game is brought to you by Klamath Falls Honda, Pacific Electric Contractors, The Days Inn, Avista Utilities, and Turn Tom Pointez Tire. It's time for the pregame show, brought to you by Abby's Legendary Pizza. For more than 50 years, Abby's has proudly served the Northwest with toppings to the edge. 100% real cheese and freshly rolled dough. That's Abby's Legendary Pizza. Now the voice of the Owls, Mike Safford.
Back here with head coach Joy Lease on our pregame report as the Lady Owls get set to take on Northwest University, a team that has played better of late. 3-2 record in conference play, have won the games that they're supposed to, and a team that looks, I think, a little bit different than a year ago. New head coach, a few new players, and a team that's not afraid to shoot the basketball.
No, I think early in the season they're trying to figure things out with a new coach and essentially a new roster, and they're going to just keep getting better and better. So we'll have our hands full today.
You know, I think watching them on film, a team that doesn't settle for three-point baskets like what we saw against Corbin, but a team that likes to push the tempo just a bit, and has some bigs inside that can finish.
And they have a couple guards that are good at creating for themselves. So, the key today for us is going to be staying out of foul trouble, keeping the guards in front, not allowing them straight line drives to the basket, and then, just kind of playing Tech basketball.
And how difficult is it coming off of a break? I know that your team came back a few days early to get back into the flow, but you always have the holiday break in there, and you get your focus away from basketball for just a bit. How difficult is it to get them back and going the way you want?
Really not hard at all, honestly. I think that the break was good for them. It was good for everybody to get home, be with their families, and I think they were ready to come back. We had a really good week of practice this week. I think they're ready to keep rolling.
And the big key you mentioned again is play Tech basketball, but what is the one thing Tech's got to do tonight to win?
We've got to control the boards again. Sometimes I'm a broken record, but we have the ability to really control a game at the rebounding end, both offense and defensively. So that will be a big key for tonight.
Tonight's dollar popcorn night, thanks to Rogue Credit Union. Do you have any idea how many bags of popcorn we might sell tonight?
I'm gonna guess 1,500.
That sounds like about a number I was going to think. It's going to be a great night. Thank you to Rogue Credit Union for sponsoring our $1 popcorn night. Joy, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you at halftime of the men's game. Let's keep this win streak rolling.
All right, thanks for having
We'll come back here real quick and take a look at the other games that are happening around the Cascade Conference today. Scott Allen will have our starting lineups, and we'll have the tip-off. Glad you could join us here for the first game of 2025 on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
At Papa Murphy's, we know family time is more important than ever. And our family wants to do all we can to help your family. So we're making it easier to get pizza made from scratch that you bake at home by offering online ordering everywhere and delivery and curbside pickup where we can. So you can keep family time as normal as possible. Papa Murphy's, we're in this together.
The cars we drive play an important part of our everyday. Whether we're going to work, dropping off the kids at school, or maybe even on that first date. Vehicles we drive play an important role in all of that. And that's why at Klamath Falls Subaru, we are so passionate about getting you the long-lasting vehicle that you will love. When you come to our store, you'll find that every department is dedicated to caring for our customers, which is why I can proudly send anyone here knowing that they will be treated like family. Stop by and say hi, because whether you've driven 1 mile or 1,000, when you come to Klamath Falls Subaru, you're coming home.
There is a quiet epidemic happening. Male depression and suicide are on the rise, but men are not encouraged to talk about it. Instead, they hear phrases like, "Be a man," "Man up," "Boys don't cry." These statements imply that men cannot express emotion or become hurt. Yet 8 out of 10 suicides in the United States are male. It's okay to talk about it. If you feel the need to talk to someone about your mental health or thoughts of suicide, call or text 988. The Crisis and Suicide Lifeline is available 24/7.
Hey, on the mountain we've got a saying. Get off your... Touchdown! Woo! Mountain Dew!
These days, you can eat about any kind of pizza in any kind of environment, and that's great. But at Abby's, our customers today want the same things our customers wanted way back in 1964. Delicious pizza, shared with family and friends in a fun, casual setting. If that sounds old-fashioned, that's sort of the point. From our 36 locations, Abby serves the kind of traditional pizza that traditions are made of. Good to the last slice. Abby's, a legendary pizza tradition. Yum.
Back here live inside Danny Miles Court. Boy, is it great to be home, and we'll be here 6 of the next 8 games for Oregon Tech. After playing, it seemed like the entire first month of the season of conference play on the road. The Lady Owls and Hustlin' Owls will be home this weekend against Northwest and Evergreen State. And then after heading to Portland next weekend, it'll be back-to-back home weekends. Walla Walla, Lewis Clark State, Pink out against College of Idaho, and then an Eastern Oregon game for Pink out. Boy, is it going to be outstanding, and look forward to seeing the best fans in the NAI back here in 2025. Lady Owls come in 8-3 on the season, 4-1 in league play. And boy, did they crank up the defensive pressure in those wins against Corbin and Bushnell on the road, as Tech limited those opponents, both of them below 40% shooting. In fact, the big number for Tech is they've won 8 of their last 9 after those 2 losses in Iowa to start the season. They've held all 8 wins to teams under 40%, and if you take out that second half debacle against Southern Oregon where SOU shot 67%, Raiders shot just 20-something% in the first half of that game. And so it's been defense that has really predicated things for the Lady Owls. They forced 19 turnovers per ball game, and they forced 20 turnovers the other night against Corbin and turned that into 26 points. That's how you win basketball games. For the Eagles, they got a new head coach in Randall Edens, a guy who made his mark in prep basketball in the Puget Sound area. He was the head man at Lake Stevens High. That's up in Snohomish County. He was there for 16 years, went on to Issaquah High, the highest level of high school basketball in Washington as well for a season, and took over for Ken Crawford, who was head man at Northwest for 11 seasons. They started off slowly, but have won 3 of their last 4. Their victories of late against Warner Pacific, Evergreen State, and Walla Walla. It's a team that shoots it at just 36% from the field. And the problem for the Eagles as the season has gone on has been handling the basketball. They average 21 turnovers a night. Their leading scorer is Kalea Medeiros, a freshman from Beaverton, 14 points and 3 rebounds a game. Their top shooter is Kimberly Hirata Sanchez, a freshman from Juanita High, right there in Kirkland, Washington. 14 points and 4 assists, and she makes 38% of her three-point baskets on the season. And then up front, it's Ellie DeWard, who is really kind of a stretch 5. She can pop the 3 as well. 10 points and 9 rebounds for the kid from up near the border in Linden, Washington. For Oregon Tech, Gabby Gaskin had an outstanding trip to the Valley, had 25 in that win against Corbin, and was on the bench a lot of the second half after Tech had broke that game wide open. And as Joy Lease talked about it in our coaches show, the fact that Josie Ramus did not get into foul trouble that night, and Josie was able to score 23 points against Corbin. That was her 3rd career game with 20 or more points. The lineups tonight, we'll hear Scott Allen with those lineups, but for Oregon Tech, they haven't changed things all season outside since Olivia Sprague was injured, and Liv talked to her before the game, and her knee strengthening process has already started ahead of schedule in her rehab, so things are looking bright for next season for Olivia Sprague. The point guard, Gabby Gaskin. The 2 guard, Kennedy Tull. Tatum Schmierbach will start at the 3. She is leading the Cascade Conference in assists per game. Lexi Elquist will start at the 4, and Josie Ramus is in the middle for Oregon Tech. For Northwest, 5'8" freshman Kalea Medeiros. She'll start at a wing along with Sadie Anderson, a senior transfer from Green River Community College. Kimberly Hirata Sanchez, their point guard, at 13 points and 4 assists per ball game. They will go with Katie Snow, a freshman from Arlington, Washington. Twin sisters, Katie and Rachel Snow. Katie, 4 points and 6 rebounds a night. And the post is Ellie DeWard, a junior from Linden, Washington, as I mentioned, 10 points and 9 rebounds per game. Tech has a 4-game win streak against the Eagles. They are 18-5 against Northwest here in the Basin, 35-9 all time against Northwest. We've got our call for the national anthem. Scott Allen is telling everyone to stand, so we'll break away for a final time. When we come back, we'll have the tip-off. It's Oregon Tech and Northwest. Glad you could join us here tonight on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
The cars we drive play an important part of our everyday. Whether we're going to work, dropping off the kids at school, or maybe even on that first date. Vehicles we drive play an important role in all of that. And that's why at Klamath Falls Subaru, we are so passionate about getting you the long-lasting vehicle that you will love. When you come to our store, you'll find that every department is dedicated to caring for our customers, which is why I can proudly send anyone here knowing that they will be treated like family. Stop by and say hi, because whether you've driven 1 mile or 1,000, when you come to Klamath Falls Subaru, you're coming home.
Every year, Oregon Tech enrolls our next generation of graduates in engineering, health sciences, technology, business, and more, with programs and degrees that keep our world moving. Now's your time at Oregon's only Polytechnic University, Oregon Tech.
Our national anthem here tonight, and I'll turn it over to Mr. Scott Allen with our introduction.
Welcome once again to Oregon Tech and Danny Miles Court. It is time for our Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram Say Yes to Adventure starting lineups. Welcome from Kirkland, Washington, the visitors, the Eagles of Northwest University. Starting at guard, a 5'8 freshman from Portland, Oregon, wearing 0, Kalea Medeiros. Starting at guard, a 5'8 senior from Enumclaw, Washington, number 10, Sadie Anderson. At forward, a 6' junior from Linden, Washington, 22, Ellie DeWard. And at guard, a 5'6 freshman from Kirkland, Washington, 23, Kimberly Carrata Sanchez. And at forward, the 5'7 freshman from Arlington, Washington, 24, Katie Snow. The Eagles are coached by head coach Randall Edens. He's assisted by Kevin Thompson, Kristen Hammersmith, and Joe Cooper. It's time to fly, Hooter fans! Here are tonight's Lithia Toyota Klamath Falls experiences everything. Oregon Tech starting 5. Starting at guard, the 5'8 senior from Gridley, California, number 11, Kennedy Toe. At guard, the 5'9 junior from Jackson, California, number 12, Gabby Gascon. And at forward, the 6'1 senior, battle born from Elko, Nevada, 15, Alexis Elquist. And at guard, a 5'9 sophomore from Medford, Oregon, 22, Tatum Schmerbach. And at forward, a 6'1 sophomore from Baker City, Oregon, 33, Josie Ramos.
All right,
Your Lady Owls are coached by head coach Joy Lease. Coach Lease is assisted by Shannon Carlson and Paul Boach. NAI officials for tonight's contest. Welcome Logan Snedeker, Matthew Swiggerty, and Jesse Turk. Hooter fans,
and
it's game time!
4-1 in league play. Northwest on the year, 4-7. They are 3-2 in Cascade Conference play. So glad you could join us here tonight. Tech in the home whites, Tech across the chest in navy. Northwest in the road, navy tops with gold numerals, and the tap is controlled by the Eagles, and we are underway. As it will be the point guard in Kimberly Carrata Sanchez to touch it first, top it to the head of the key, and Snow Right back to Corrada Sanchez, near angle. She'll attack the baseline, skip a pass to the far corner. I believe standing on the side.
On the line, out of bounds, Oregon Tech basketball.
It'll be a turnover. She caught it in the corner, kind of stepped back just a bit. And as she did so, got the sideline and a turnover on the very first possession. The Northwest going to come out in a 2-1-2 press. Tech looks to break it early. They get it to Gaskin alone. Looked like she took steps as she caught the ball and kind of stutter stepped.
Traveling call
before she could put up the
Northwest
shot. And the
basketball.
turnover gives it right back. Haven't seen Gabby get called for that all season. Got a new officiating crew. Haven't seen this group so far this year. As up floor comes Anderson this time. We'll hand it off to Corrada Sanchez. She'll work off a ball screen set by DeWard. Gets to the baseline. Throw it right back to DeWard. She'll step out, launch a three way off the mark. No good. Long rebound to the corner. It's kept alive by the Eagles. It's Corrada Sanchez there in the corner. She'll look to skip a pass. Near angle. Caught there by Anderson. Turns in the paint. Throws up a right hand 10-foot floater, and it's up and good. 2-0 our score early on. Come up floor, turning into the paint, goes quickly. Schmierbach missed the jumper, but put it back up and got her own rebound. Goes to Ramus, missed the shot, puts up a second chance. Looked like she was fouled there. They didn't call it. And a rebound tracked down by the Eagles. Quickly, it's Anderson to the baseline. It gets poked out by Schmierbach, still trying to figure out exactly how there was not a foul on that second chance by Ramus on the block. So Northwest will inbound underneath their basket, leading early 2-0. And the inbound pass goes to Anderson. She'll turn into the paint, try to skip a pass on the block. DeWard catches with a left hand, put up a shot, missed it. Got her own rebound, tips it back outside for a long-range three by Anderson. It's not there. And Schmierbach the rebound for Tech. YT with numbers. Schmierbach middle of the floor, goes to Elquist, who's running the floor, and she scores. Alexis Elquist in transition, able to get there on the block and score, and Oregon Tech with their first points of the day, and we're tied at 2. Near sideline, outside the arc, Corrada Sanchez out of the key to Katie Snow with her first touch. Back outside the arc, it's Medeiros. She'll attack the rack with a right hand, get around the cup and score. Got around the ball screen as Tech trying to come right back the other way. Driving in is Ramus, and she scores. Quickly up floor, Tech 4-4 the score. Far sideline, outside the arc goes Medeiros. She'll attack with a right hand dribble, gets stopped, lob it back to the head of the key, caught there by Corrada Sanchez. We're tied at 4. Corrada Sanchez has it with a right hand dribble, looks to bounce it to the hands of DeWard, but can't. So the shot clock down to 8. One-on-one is Corrada Sanchez well outside the arc. Now she'll penetrate the lane. Throw it back out to Ward as the shot clock set to expire. Misses that one. The rebound goes to Gabby Gaskin. Gaskin will race up floor, and a whistle as Tech had numbers coming up the floor. Going to be called on the Eagles. So Tech will inbound in backcourt, and the first substitution for Northwest. They will go to their bench and bring in Camille Febo Santiago. She will come in and they will go small. As up floor comes Gaskin in a 4-4 ball game. Near sideline, outside the arc is Schmierbach looking to reverse it. They get it in the hands of Elquist. Now inside to Ramus. She's doubled. Throw it right back to Tatum Schmierbach, who's alone. And Tatum Schmierbach, the easy deuce. A nice post-to-post pass that time by Ramus, and Tech has their first lead at 6-4, 3 minutes in. Up floor works Medeiros, drives to the baseline. Lob it back outside the arc, caught there by Anderson. She'll go right to left across the three-point line and tip it back to the hands of Corrada Sanchez at the hash mark right in front of us. Gaskin tried to pick her pocket, couldn't. Sanchez drives and gets swatted inside on a quick hand by Ramus, but the rebound was tracked down by Northwest, and then they throw it away. So Ramus got the block, but somehow Northwest was able to get the offensive rebound, but then it was Corrada Sanchez who threw it away. So Tech gets the defensive stop, and now comes right back up floor. They lob inside, caught down low by Ramus as Kennedy Toll got the pass from her, and Ramus knocks it in. 8-4 Tech on a 6-0 run are the Lady Owls. It's Corrada Sanchez along the near sideline. The lob a pass right to the head of the key, Snow, and then into the hands of Medeiros. Medeiros off a ball screen, drives all the way in, flips it back outside the arc, where Snow going to try a long three. It's an air ball, and it'll go to Oregon Tech. 6:07 left here in the first quarter, and the Lady Owls 8-4 lead. Winners of 8 of their last 9. As up floor, working against the token pressure is Elquist. So swing into the hands of Kennedy Toll. She'll just step up to the three-point line, launch one and hit one. Kennedy Toll with a long triple, and it's 11-4, and 9-0 run by the good guys. As up floor comes Karada Sanchez. Hash mark far side, right in front of Hootie the Owl, sitting in the front row tonight. A lob it to the head of the key. Katie Snow catches there. 2 dribbles with the left hand, comes to the near wing. Caught there by Madera. She'll attack the baseline. Jump stop, force up a shot, left it short. Rebound into the hands of Kennedy Toll. Now it's Gaskin. Long pass. Schmierbach's running the floor. She finishes. Tech running the lanes early on. Give Schmierbach 4. It's 13-4 Tech. Far sideline, Fabo Santiago. She'll drive in. Elquist swats her. Oh, they call a foul. Tech was going to come back the other way, but they said Lexi got a hand on the body of the Northwest player, and substitutions for both teams. The Toll sisters switched themselves out. Kendall Feely also in for Tech. Brooke Anderson also going to come in for Schmierbach. For Northwest, the Eagles have brought it back in. DeWart is at the free throw line. First one up and good for Fabo Santiago. It's hard to see her number as her hair on the back of her neck covers up the number. You can only see the front as Fabo Santiago hits bolt to end the run. And it's 13-6, but Tech with 5:15 left of the period going to run it. Up floor, it's Feely. Drives to the baseline, throw it back out to Brooke Anderson at 5 last time out. Tied a career high at Corbett. Near sideline, it's Gaskin. Feely in the right corner. Skips a pass right to the head of the key. Anderson, now Elquist outside the arc at the left angle. Lob it over the defense. Gaskin tries baseline, threw a pass inside, and it got intercepted. It was Anderson that got in front of her. Up floor to Madero. She'll drive in. Little right-hand runner in traffic is up and good. So Madero's in transition, makes it 13-8. Is Tech trying to break pressure? It's to Brooke Anderson. She'll throw a floater up and home. As Brooke Anderson got a quick pass from Kendall Feely and finished. 15-8 the score. Tech 7-10 to start the game. We'll have a timeout next whistle. It's Karada Sanchez, steps into a long J, missed it, and the rebound tracked down by Anderson. Tech continues to run. Brooke Anderson right down the middle of the floor, waits for the trailer. That's Gaskin, who is trailing the play. Working against the man pressure is Gabby Gaskin at the hash mark near sideline. To the corner, and Anderson curling to the basket is Elquist. Steps back, launches from the baseline and hits. The short corner jump shot from Alexis Elquist. She's got 4. And it's back to a 9-point lead for Oregon Tech. It's 17-8 at the 4-minute mark here in the first quarter. Far sideline, it's Karada Sanchez. Now into the hands of Maderas. Throw it right back out to Karada Sanchez, far corner. She'll drive in, triple team down there, and she's just going to have to force it off of Kendall Feely and out of bounds. As Caitlin Wright set to check in for Tech, we'll have our first time out of the ball game. 3:46 left here in the first half, 17-8 in favor of the Lady Owls. We're back after this.
Grab me 1, 2.
These days, you can eat about any kind of pizza in any kind of environment, and that's great. But at Abby's, our customers today want the same things our customers wanted way back in 1964. Delicious pizza, shared with family and friends in a fun, casual setting. If that sounds old-fashioned, that's sort of the point. From our 36 locations, Abby serves the kind of traditional pizza that traditions are made of. Good to the last slice. Abby's, a legendary pizza tradition. Yum.
As we come back here to Danny Miles' court, Gabby Gaskin has sat down for Tech. They brought Tatum Schmierbach back in. That'll move Anderson to the post. And for Northwest, a couple substitutions for them as well. First time we see Charlize Katz, who is checked in. Also in is Beatrice Snow. It's a little different unit for the visitors. As Northwest will take the basketball, work it right inside of Madero. She lost control of it. It's on the floor. Caitlin Wright comes out of the pack with it for Tech. Up floor to Schmierbach. Caitlin Wright is checked in as well for the Lady Owls. That's right along the near side, goes inside, caught on the low block by Maddie Toll, and she's fouled. So Maddie Toll going to go to the line. And the foul will go for 2. So Maddie Toll to the stripe. The foul was on Fabo Sanchez. Maddie Toll among the top 10 all-time in free throws made and attempted. Over 1,100 points in her Tech career. And that number just continues to climb. Second one by Maddie. That one up and good. Tech with their largest lead at 18-8. 3:25 left here in the opening quarter. In the opening game, a 20-25 for the Lady Owls. Near sideline, it's Madero. She tries the baseline, drives into traffic, a little jump stop, left it way short, and a rebound tracked down by Schmierbach for Tech. Long pass up floor by Schmierbach, thrown away. It was thrown right to DeWard, up for a transition 3 that rattles out on the block, and the rebound is going to stay at this end as Madero's tried a quick trigger on a 3. Hit backboard, hit rim, spun around, and then 2 players were bodying for the rebound. And when it was all said and done, they point to Northwest with 3:03 left in the quarter. The ball get inbounded near side. Caitlin Wright jumped the pass, and her second steal in a minute of action. Wright leads the break, and as they stop, not sure what the call is. I'm not sure what the call was there. I think for some reason the clock didn't run. As Northwest's gonna make a substitution. Actually, both teams gonna make some substitutions. As it'll be Katie Snow back in along with Anderson. It's Brooke Anderson with the basketball right now. Right at the head of the key, they throw to the free throw line, and Maddie Toll 2 dribbles with the right hand, then throws it back outside the arc. Brooke Anderson attacks right hand and drew contact. The foul's going to be whistled, and they'll say the foul is on Sadie Anderson, the senior from Enumclaw, Washington. And free throw set to come. For Brooke Anderson at the line this year, hasn't gone there much. 3 out of 4 at the stripe, and the kid from Grants Pass, front iron and out with the first. This season, the Lady Owls just 65% at the stripe. As the second one on its way, that is good. So Anderson has 3 off the bench. It's 19-8, largest lead for Tech so far. As up floor will work Beatrice Simon, who's checked in. Swing it to the near sideline. Charlize Katz has it now, then back into the hands of Katie Snow. So tries to drive in, nearly lost control of the basketball. DeWard tips it back into the hands of Simon with 14 to shoot. Simon, a couple dribbles with the right hand, throw it back outside the arc. Dribble drive in by Katie Snow, forced up a runner and drew a foul. Didn't seem like much contact, but they called it. And the foul's going to go on Tatum Schmierbach for Tech. It'll just be the second team foul on OIT. But free throws coming for the Eagles. Northwest a 69% free throw shooting club. And Katie Snow to the stripe. And for Snow, 65% on the year. And her free throw not there. So neither team shooting the free throws well. Snow against Warner Pacific last weekend before the break had 12 rebounds in a game. Second one on the way. That one rattles in. And Northwest going to make a substitution. Rada Sanchez back on, and Katz sits down. It's 19-9 Tech. They've held Northwest to 3 of 13 shooting to open the game. As Anderson works up floor for OIT. Look, Anderson to the head of the key. Schmierbach has it there. Tries to go back door to Feely. And Kendall, I think, got caught up a little bit. And the pass is thrown out of bounds. As Josie Ramos back in for OIT. And she'll replace Toll. And off the inbound pass, it gets tipped away by the Eagles. Once again, active hands by Caitlin Wright. Tech already has forced 4 turnovers. Tech with a little token pressure, and Northwest able to break it with Corrada Sanchez to drive all the way in, lost control of it, and I think it's going to be on the floor, a whistle, a reach on one of the Lady Owls. It'll be Kendall Feely who earns the whistle, and it should be baseline out of bounds, and in doing so, Tech going to make a substitution. So Tech to sub. Bring in a lot of their starters. In fact, they'll bring in all of their starters. Northwest with the basketball off the inbound. Far sideline, it's Corrada Sanchez. Spins into the lane, tried to force up a shot. It got blocked by Schmierbach, and the rebound tracked down by Ramos. In transition, it's Toll. Skip pass over the defense, caught there by Schmierbach. Inside, it's Elquist. Decides to take the 15-footer, missed the shot, and the rebound is going to go to Northwest. Lexi was sitting there, okay, do I take the shot or not? And kind of hesitated, then elevated with the angled 15-footer and missed it. Northwest tried to get the ball inbounded. They're going to lob it all the way into backcourt, and it's kept alive. Elquist nearly stole it. Up floor, it's Corrada Sanchez in the left angle. Stopped by Toll. Has to lob it back to the far corner. A 3 by Anderson, no good. Rebound far corner. Gaskin trying to keep it alive. And which way do they say? It's going to stay at this end. So it'll be Northwest basketball. So it'll be inbounded right there. Thought we might have our first replay situation of the year, but they say no. So 20 to shoot. 1:24 left in the quarter. Ball gets inbounded and stolen. Schmierbach takes it away. Tatum coast to coast, finds the cutter. It's Gaskin inside. Missed the runner. Long rebound tracked down by Ramos. Back to Schmierbach, and now it's the Owls. Gaskin goes inside, and a whistle and a foul. Now will go on Northwest Katie Snow. So free throw set to come. It'll be Elquist at the line. First one short. So Tech struggling at the line. Missed the front end of all their free throw attempts so far. Second one no good as well. And the rebound goes to the Eagles. So Tech just 2 of 6 at the line. They have a lot bigger lead than they have right now, despite making 62% of their field goals. Center of the floor, Corrada Sanchez works off a ball screen set by Snow. She gets to the baseline, lobs inside. The pass jumped by Schmierbach, but they said it was last touched by Northwest and a turnover. So another Eagles turnover. As Northwest will bring in Rachel Snow. Also bring back in Kalea Medeiros. Tech could play 2 for 1 here if they get a quick shot off, as there's a 15-second differential between game clock and shot clock. But they'll be content. Head of the key, it's Gaskin. Near sideline, outside the arc. Works Elquist. 15 to shoot as Kennedy Toll has it near wing, right to the top of the key. They go inside. Elquist bodies up, turns, fades away, misses. Rebound tipped around. Who wants it? It's on the floor. Kennedy Toll has it. Tips it out to Schmierbach. Thought about taking the 3, didn't take it. She'll pull it back outside to Elquist, and now they'll lob near wing. Shot clock, game clock are identical. Near sideline. Toll drives all the way in, forced it up and home. I don't know how that went in, but it did. 3 seconds left in the period. At the horn, a 3 won't go for the Eagles, and Tech will take their largest lead of the night to the quarter. 21-9 our score. Tech has the lead. Second quarter next on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
At Papa Murphy's, we know family time is more important than ever. And our family wants to do all we can to help your family. So we're making it easier to get pizza made from scratch that you bake at home. by offering online ordering everywhere and delivery and curbside pickup where we can. So you can keep family time as normal as possible. Papa Murphy's. We're in this together.
They'll also be on the sideboard. I'll get them up as quickly. 1 quarter in the book. Oregon Tech has the lead by a score of 21-9 in that first quarter. Tech held Northwest to just 3 of 15 shooting from the floor. As Tech was 9 of 15 from the field. As we come into the second quarter, and we'll see it'll be Lady Owls basketball. And Tech with the basketball. We'll get the lineups caught up here in a moment. Tech working against man pressure, and they're going to call a push-off inside on Tech. It'll be a foul called on Ramus. That'll be her first. So OIT with their starters on the floor. Northwest, a lot of their starters out there. Back, Medeiros out there, along with DeWard and Carrata. Near sideline outside the arc is Rachel Snow, both Snow sisters out there for the Eagles. Now it's Katie Snow, tries the baseline, stopped there by Ramus. They'll reverse the basketball to the head of the key, caught there by Medeiros. Near wing, Carrata Sanchez with 5 to shoot. Now with 3, with 2, they'll step back, try a 3, barely skimmed off the rim, and a long rebound to Tatum Schmierbach. Already 4 rebounds for her. She leads the break, stops at the foul line, forced up a shot, no. Offensive rebound tracked down by Tech. And what's the call gonna be? They're gonna say a held ball, in the arrow will end up going to the Eagles. As it was 2 Tech players, both Elquist and Ramus, that kind of battled each other for the loose ball. And then the Northwest player kind of tied them up. Rebounds right now 13-8 in favor of Tech, but it's Northwest with the basketball. Carrata Sanchez from Juanita High in Kirkland, Washington, working against the man pressure from Gabby Gaskin. Far sideline, it's Rachel Snow to her sister, Katie. Inside, Carrata Sanchez tries to drive in and lost it. Elquist got a hand on it and tipped it away. Here comes Tech in transition. Elquist at the free throw line. Looked like she took steps, and she did. And a turnover there, and it looks like Northwest will use a timeout, so we'll take it with them. 8:47 left in the first half. 21-9 is our score. Back here after this timeout.
Grab me one too.
Back here at Danny Miles Court. Glad you could join us here today. Tech with the lead at 21-9. Just got back into town last night, and as they come up floor, I was going to talk about my vacation that I took, but as Northwest started to bring the ball up floor, Carrata Sanchez got called for a push-off and a turnover for the Eagles. As it's the second foul on Carrata Sanchez, and Tech with the basketball. Went to Florida for 8 days. Fort Myers, Florida, that was. It was great going from 35 degrees to 85 degrees as Tatum Schmierbach drives down the middle of the lane. No one picked her up, got to the basket and scored. For Schmierbach, 6 points, 4 rebounds early on. The lead is 14, the largest for Oregon Tech. Far sideline outside the arc is Medeiros. Lob it to the head of the key, caught there by the 6-foot Ellie DeWard. One dribble and then hands it back near sideline to Carrata Sanchez, working against Gaskin, directing traffic. Bounce pass inside. Gaskin, I should say it was Josie Ramus, and it was stolen away by Gaskin. They were both on the floor, and Gabby just took it from her. In transition, Gaskin lost control of it, able to pull down by Elquist. Ramus to Schmierbach. That was a weird situation last time at the other end. Ramus had tied up DeWard, but nobody had the ball, and so Gaskin just ripped it out of her hands. Gabby goes inside. Shot blocked off the bottom of the rim on the attempt by Ramus, and the rebound to Northwest. It's Medeiros as she shot the ball up, did Ramus, and shot it right off the bottom of the rim. Medeiros near angle with one dribble, then stops it by the pressure of Schmierbach. 15 to shoot. Carrata Sanchez attacks, drives in. A body foul going to get called on Tech. It'll go against Gabby Gaskin. Foul on Gaskin will be her first, and a couple substitutions for the two teams. Anderson back in for Northwest. She will replace Snow. And for Tech, Gaskin sits down. Chelsea Ching in for her. And also in comes Maddie Toll to replace Ramus. It's off the inbound pass. It goes in the hands of DeWard. She'll attack Elquist to the basket. Gets stopped on the baseline. Throw it all the way out for a wide open Medeiros three. And it rattles in. So a nice drive by DeWard. And she was able to find Medeiros for the triple. Medeiros 35% from three on the year and leads the team in three-point makes. Kennedy Toll attacks from the left wing, gets to the free throw line, knocks down the jumper. Kennedy Toll has 7, that leads Tech. Up floor, Carrata Sanchez. She attacks the middle of the paint, and she's fouled. They'll call the foul on Ching. It'll be her first. Chelsea Ching, the junior from Folsom, California. Spelling Gaskin here early on, who has yet to score. It's back to the line is Carrata Sanchez. 83% on the year, already hit a pair earlier tonight, but missed that one. 25-12 Tech. Making 58% of their free field goals and holding Northwest right now to 24%. Second one is good. 25-13, 2 games already in the books. Warner Pacific beat Walla Walla by 10, and Lewis Clark State won at Multnomah. A lot closer game than I expected, 78-70. Near sideline, Schmierbach tried to go inside as Northwest went into zone, and a pass got tipped away. NYTL inbound. You hear Joy Lease in the background yelling. They're going to play in zone. So off the inbound pass, it goes Kennedy Toll in the corner. They'll pull it all the way out to Ching with 15 to shoot. Schmierbach now far corner. Right back to Ching, who will use a right-hand dribble. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Kennedy Toll in the right corner. Bounce pass inside. There's Elquist with space. Turnaround shot won't go. And we'll see what the rebound says. It's going to stay at this end. As the jumper for Elquist inside didn't go. As on the baseline, it'll be Schmierbach to inbound. Lob it to Maddie Toll, right back to Kennedy Toll, who's been hot from the field to start. Near sideline at Schmierbach, waiting for the post to clear, and there's contact on the low block. We'll see who it is. It's going to be against DeWard. So for DeWard, it'll be her first. And Tech to inbound again on the baseline. It'll be Tatum Schmierbach to trigger the sophomore from South Medford. And she'll lob it in to Maddie Toll, the grad student, hand it off to her sister Kennedy. They go inside to Elquist at the right elbow. Lob it outside the arc. Schmierbach alone wants a three. Got a three! Tatum Schmierbach, the corner triple. She started the year at 1 of 13 from three-land. Has been key from distance over the last few weeks. As Anderson drives in, tip it outside. Corrada Sanchez tries to answer, can't. Maddie Toll the rebound. Maddie Toll going to race up the middle of the floor, and there's contact in backcourt. The foul's going to be called on Katie Snow. It'll be the last non-shooting foul for Oregon Tech, as Kendall Feely set to check in to replace Kennedy Toll. The number is crazy. In non-league play, Oregon Tech made 21% of their threes. In conference play, Oregon Tech leads the league, making 38% of their threes. And tonight, the Lady Owls are a perfect 2 of 2 from distance, leading 28-13 with the basketball, working against zone pressure. Near corner, double team. Feely catches now at the free throw line to Elquist. Chelsea Ching, far corner. High above her head. Waits to pull it all the way out to the center circle, and Schmierbach with 12 to shoot. They'll lob it to the elbow. Caught there by Elquist. She'll launch from the elbow and knock it down. Lexi Elquist, that elbow jump shot. 30-13 Tech is up for Corrada Sanchez, and a body contact. Going to get called on Tech. It's going to go against Chelsea Ching. That's her second. She's the only OIT player with 2 fouls. And that will get Brooke Anderson off the bench, the freshman, to replace Chelsea. Eagles will inbound on the baseline. That'll be Medeiros to trigger it. They'll lob it into the corner, caught there by Sadie Anderson. Anderson drives in against Schmierbach, fakes her one way, tries to draw contact, can't, so they'll have to tip it back out to Katie Snow. Medeiros now tries to attack, gets double team. Tip it out to DeWard, she's gonna try a three. In and out, no good, rebound inside to Schmierbach. Here comes Tatum running the floor at 5'10". Tatum Schmierbach all the way to the paint, waits, goes inside, Maddie Toll's by herself, missed it, but Elquist on the weak side, able to tap it home. Alexis Elquist has a big night. She has 8 points already. The lead is 32-13. Far corner outside the arc is DeWard. Lobs it inside. Snow tipped it away, and Elquist going to get called with a body foul. It'll be on Alexis Elquist, and for her, that'll be her second. And that's going to get Caitlin Wright off the bench, I would guess, for Lexi. Josie Ramos also in for the Owls. Back in for Northwest is Beatrice Simon, the senior from Cedar Park Christian in Linwood, Washington. As free throw set to come in the bonus for Katie Snow. As the first one up and no good. So Snow can't convert from the line. One more to come. Katie Snow 65% on the season at the stripe and missed both. And a rebound to Tatum Schmierbach for OIT at the 4:35 mark. Long pass to Anderson near side. Caitlin Wright in the corner. Thought about popping a corner three, didn't. So she'll reverse it back to the hands of Schmierbach. Give it right back to Wright as she comes left side into the hands of Anderson. Right at the top of the key, she steps into a three. In and out, no good. Offensive rebound, Schmierbach, and she's fouled on the putback. The foul will be called on Beatrice Simon. It'll be a shooting foul for Tatum Schmierbach. The Eagles will go to their bench again. DeWard sits down, and in comes whom? Look to see who came into the game. I believe it's Charlize Katz. A Schmierbach's free throw, no good. Tech struggling tonight at the line, and the crazy part is they'd have a huge lead if they were making their freebies. Just 2 of 7 tonight. They already have a huge lead. It's 20 with the second make. So Schmierbach to double figures. She's got 10 to go along with 7 rebounds. And now full court pressure put on by the Lady Owls. Far sideline, Feely nearly had a steal. They said yes as it goes out of bounds. Feely tied up Medeiros. And as she was trying to get the ball going the other direction, Medeiros knocked it out of bounds. 10 turnovers for the Eagles. Tech's turned it into 8 points. They lead by 20 with the ball. It's Anderson gonna penetrate. Launch from the free throw line and knock it down. Brooke Anderson back-to-back games with 5 points. That ties a career high for her. As up floor works Anderson, and she's pushed. And the foul is going to be called on Tatum Schmierbach. That's her second. And Tech going to go to their bench, and Annie Campos is going to come in here in the first half. That'll burn Annie's redshirt year if they were even thinking about it. It'll be her 6th game played, so she will not have a redshirt year. As coming to the stripe is Anderson to shoot a couple. And the first one up and good for Sadie Anderson. Anderson, the 84% free throw shooter, had 21 in a loss against Multnomah earlier this year. That ended the Tech run. Is the second one also good, and it's 35-15. Those 2 points haven't been put up on the scoreboard yet. Hopefully they will. As Northwest did not get credited for their points. As up the near sideline comes Tech. And a whistle as the ball got touched out of bounds. And unsure of who the foul is called on. Sadie Anderson picks up the whistle. And it's going to send Josie Ramos to the line. And they're going to ask, and I think they're going to ask, hey, what's the score? And it should be 35-15. As the 2 free throws did not get put up on the last chance. And we'll wait to see what they do, and they put the right clock on. Just try to figure out who the foul was on the last attempt as Josie Ramos hits the free throw. So the foul was called on Anderson. It'll be her second. Free throw up and good for Ramos. Second one no good, and a rebound of the Eagles. As a win in the hands of Anderson as they come up floor. 36-15 the score. Off a screen is Febo Santiago. Now to the head of the key and Simon. Her pass far side intercepted. It's Caitlin Wright, her 3rd steal of the first half. Feely to right inside, the cutter. That's Ramos, and she's fouled. And the foul's going to go against Beatrice Simon. And for her, it'll be her first. So sitting down will go Simon and Faith Dumlau for the first time. Someone who will shoot threes. As a free throw up and good for Ramos. Give her 6 on the night. 37-15. Not sure why the points aren't being put up on free throws. There it is, up and good. 38-15 the score. With 3:15 left here in the half. 38-15 the score. Second time when a free throw didn't get registered. Katz has it far sideline. Attacks against Caitlin Wright. Steps into a jumper and missed it. Rebound to Ramos for Tech. She's going to lead the break. Give it off into the hands between the rings to Anderson. They look inside for Ramos. Can't get it to her. So instead it's Kendall Feely at the near wing. They lob inside. Ramos had position. Caught down there. Forced up a shot. And she's fouled one more time. So the foul's starting to pile up. Febo Santiago will pick up that one. It'll be her second. And back in for the Eagles will come Simon to replace Katz. .247 left here in the period as the free throw up won't go. One more to come for Josie Ramos. And that one is good. So Ramos 4 of 6 at the line. The lead is 39-15. And after a long break, Gabby Gaskin set to come in. Anderson across the timeline. Near sideline, outside the arc is Febo Santiago, and she's called for snaps. Turnover number 12 for the Eagles. As Gaskin back in to replace Brooke Anderson. Tech still hitting over 57% of their field goals. And the lead is 39-15. Our sideline outside the arc is Caitlin Wright. She'll work off a Campos screen, get all the way. I thought she was going to get to the basket and didn't. Tip the pass out to Gaskin near wing. Gabby throws to the corner, caught there by Kendall Feely, curls off a Gaskin screen, now at the high post. They'll reverse the basketball. Right to Gaskin, give it right back to Annie Campos. She'll take it right at the basket and score. The Henley grad with the deuce. And off the inbound pass, Eagles nearly lost it. It is 41-15. Nice give and go that time, and Campos finished on the block. Our sideline, it's Fabo Santiago into the hands of Anderson. Trying to lob a pass to the high post, can't. And then a whistle and a turnover again called on the Eagles. Maddie Toll checks back in, replacing Josie Ramos. Be reminded, tomorrow we'll join you at 2:30 for the Joy Lease Coaches Show. Tip-off is scheduled for 3. Evergreen State in town, the Gooey Ducks, or as Coach Parnell calls them, the Gooeys. We'll be here. As Tech goes right inside. Gaskin on the weak side. Got the lob inside from Kendall Feely and scores. First points for Gabby Gaskin. And it's 43-15 Lady Owls. As Anderson up floor, dribbled it off her own foot. Ball on the floor, Toll fighting for it. And a held ball will come, and the arrow will stay with Northwest as the Eagles are going to bring back onto the floor Ellie DeWard. She will replace Sadie Anderson. Also back on comes Rachel Snow to go get Medeiros with 1:30 left before halftime. And Tech with a monster lead. It'll be inbounded along the far sideline. Late here in the period. The inbound pass will go to the hands of DeWard. Between the circles is Simon. Looks like Lily Everson to check in here in the first half. Caught along the far wing, that's Snow. Now far corner, that's Fabo Santiago. Fabo Santiago attacks with a right hand dribble, got to the free throw line, tried to work inside, and a whistle gonna get called. See who the hand check is on. It's on one of the Lady Owls. This one will go against Madison Tull. That'll be her first. As Everson will come on for Feely. Great to see Everson on for Tech. Hit a 3 and was fouled on a play late in the game against Corbin the other night. As Fabo Santiago's free throw up and good. 5 of 8 from the line on the season, the kid from the state of Hawaii. She's got one more to go. 3 on the night for her. All of it's from the line as the free throw is good. 43-17 the score. Northwest at 4 of 20 from the field. Everson has it near wing into the hands of Campos. She'll drive to the foul line, leave it back outside the arc to Everson, and then a whistle. I'm not sure what Lily did there, but she got called for steps. For Tech, their 6th turnover. They averaged 15 as the inbound pass nearly got to us. As quick hands by Campos, and the ball got tipped all the way to half court, and Scott Allen sitting right to my right, or as you're watching online, to my left. Quick hands for the rodeo man. As off the inbound pass, Caitlin Wright, another steal. Bounce pass, Everson to the basket for 2. Transition bucket that time for the Lady Owls. It's 45-17. Ball at the high post, pass tipped by Dumlaut, nearly lost it out of bounds. Far corner to DeWard, she bodies her way in. Ball's on the floor, Everson takes it away. Here comes Tech, 35 seconds left in the period. Gaskin near sideline, bounces it inside. Tipped away by an Eagle, right back to Gaskin as she tries baseline. No look pass to the corner, Everson a 3, in and out, no good. Caitlin Wright, the offensive rebounder, put back score! Caitlin Wright with the basket, 47-17 Tech. Late in the period, 10 seconds to go. DeWard between the circles to Simon with 5. Far sideline, pass thrown away. And Tech will have 2 7/10 of a second to try and get a shot off. Looks like they'll get it in the hands of Gaskin. And Gabby's just going to say, we'll run the clock out and get to halftime. An impressive first half of play for Oregon Tech, as the Lady Owls will take a 30-point lead to the locker room. A dominant first half if you'd ever see one. Your score at the break, 47 17 in favor of Oregon Tech. Halftime report is next here on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
The cars we drive play an important part of our everyday. Whether we're going to work, dropping off the kids at school, or maybe even on that first date. Vehicles we drive play an important role in all of that. And that's why at Klamath Falls Subaru, we are so passionate about getting you the long-lasting vehicle that you will love. When you come to our store, you'll find that every department is dedicated to caring for our customers, which is why I can proudly send anyone here knowing that they will be treated like family. Stop by and say hi, because whether you've driven 1 mile or 1,000, when you come to Klamath Falls Subaru, you're coming home.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
At Papa Murphy's, we know family time is more important than ever. And our family wants to do all we can to help your family. So we're making it easier to get pizza made from scratch that you bake at home by offering online ordering everywhere and delivery and curbside pickup where we can. So you can keep family time as normal as possible. Papa Murphy's, we're in this together.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
Experience is everything at Klamath Falls Toyota. Experience digital solutions like an online buying process, fast and easy. Estimate your payments. Nice. Value your trade-in and get pre-approved for financing. Do all the paperwork remotely. Choose in-person pickup or at-home delivery. We even offer airport pickup. Klamath Falls Toyota, where experience is everything.
Hey, on the mountain we've got a saying. Get off your... Touchdown! Woo!
Mountain Dew. Halftime here from Danny Miles Court. Glad you could join us here tonight. Be reminded the men's game follows us over on 92.5 KLAD, the Justin Parnell Coaches Show. That is set for 7 p.m. and then Tech and the Eagles to follow. It's all Lady Owls so far tonight. 47-17 in favor of Tech. In fact, for the Lady Owls, all but 2 players have scored in that first half as Tech tickles the twine at a 61% clip. They forced 16 turnovers, turned it into 20 points, and it has been a runaway ever since. Northwest had a lead at 4-2. Tech used a 9-0 run to get the lead to 11-4, and then just really clamped down on the defensive end in that second quarter. They held the Eagles in that second quarter to just 1 of 5 shooting. They took 5 field goal attempts in 10 minutes of action, and that was thanks to 11 turnovers in the period alone. And so Oregon Tech well on their way here to pick up their 3rd straight win, their 9th win in 10 games, and set up a matchup tomorrow against Evergreen State. Elsewhere around the league, 2 games have gone final. This afternoon, Warner Pacific at home knocked off Walla Walla by a score of 66-56. It was Lewis Clark State on the road winning at Multnomah 78-70. That ended a 2-game losing streak for the LC Warriors. And in a game that has just gone final, College of Idaho with a buzzer beater. They get a basket with 6 seconds left to break a 59-all tie as C of I improves to 4-2 in conference play with a 61-59 win at home against Corbett. Elsewhere in action right now, early 3rd quarter over the hill, Southern Oregon leads Evergreen State, who we'll see tomorrow, by a score of 42-18. Southern trying to improve to 12-0 on the year. And the other game is at halftime in LeGrand. Eastern Oregon, after a slow start, they are leading Bushnell at the break 33-29. Not the same Eastern team that we saw in LeGrand at the beginning of last month, as EOU has gotten a couple players healthy, and it has really helped them at both ends of the floor. In fact, Eastern has the lead despite making just 29% of their field goals. Again, as I mentioned, tonight is Road Credit Union $1 popcorn night. So if you come out and get yourself some popcorn, only going to cost you $1 this evening, which is a steal. Especially, I grabbed a bag of popcorn earlier today before the game, and it's a large-sized popcorn, so definitely want to take advantage of that. Thank you to the friends at Road Credit Union for that. And be reminded, we'll be in action Evergreen State in town tomorrow. Women's game at 3 o'clock. Men's game follows us at 5 tomorrow. Then next weekend to Portland for games against Warner Pacific and Multnomah. And then it's back home for our K-12 day. We're going to have a lot of young kids here at Danny Miles Court on the 17th of the month. It'll be an 11 in the morning start against Walla Walla for the Lady Owls. A 1 o'clock start for the men's game. I think from what Mike Gerard told me, upwards already, and the numbers are still coming in. Could be 300, 400, 500 youngins that'll all fill up the student section while they're in class. And it's going to make for a great atmosphere. If you came to the K-12 game last year against Lewis Clark State, it was one of the best atmospheres we had all year, as the Lady Owls knocked off the then number 6 ranked LC Warriors by double digits that night. Again at halftime, 47-17, Lady Owls with a 30-point lead to the locker room. We'll come back and we'll go inside that first half box score when we return. Live here from Danny Miles Court on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Every year, Oregon Tech enrolls our next generation of graduates in engineering, health sciences, technology, business, and more, with programs and degrees that keep our world moving. Now's your time at Oregon's only Polytechnic University, Oregon Tech.
The comfort of home has never been more important, which is why we're committed to delivering affordable, reliable power. Our reliability track record is 99.98%, and we're always working on new and better ways to go even further.
At Papa Murphy's, we know family time is more important than ever. And our family wants to do all we can to help your family. So we're making it easier to get pizza made from scratch that you bake at home by offering online ordering everywhere and delivery and curbside pickup where we can. So you can keep family time as normal as possible. Papa Murphy's, we're in this together.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place home. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
Shoots 61%. So at the heels of a game in which they had their best shooting percentage of the year, 57, they couple that with a 61% shooting half, 19 out of 31 for Tech. 2 of 4 from three-land. The only real issue they had was making free throws. They were 7 of 14 for Northwest, 4 of 20 from the field, 1 of 10 from three-point range, and most of their points coming from the foul line where they were 8 out of 12. Tech with a 21-10 edge on the glass, or 16 turnovers that turned into 20 points. OIT had a balanced scoring effort. Schmierbach, 10 points, 7 rebounds, 8 for Alexis Elquist. They got 7 points from Kennedy Toll on 3 of 3 shooting. 5 off the bench from Brooke Anderson, and then 2s from Gabby Gaskin, 2 from Lily Everson, 2 from Caitlin Wright, 2 from Annie Campos, and 3 assists for Feely, 3 assists for Gaskin, and 4 first-half steals for Caitlin Wright. A good effort for her. Northwest led by Kalea Medeiros with 7 points, but had 4 turnovers. They got 4 each from Sadie Anderson and also from Camila Fabo Santiago, and they got 1 point each from Carada Sanchez and Katie Snell. That's it for Northwest. 47-17 is our score at the half. We'll take a final timeout. When we come back, it'll be the second half. Tech looking for their 9th win of the year. Live here on 104.3 960 Sports.
Experience is everything at Klamath Falls Toyota. Experience digital solutions like an online buying process, fast and easy. Estimate your payments. Nice. Value your trade-in and get pre-approved for financing. Do all the paperwork remotely. Choose in-person pickup or at-home delivery. We even offer airport pickup. Klamath Falls Toyota, where experience is everything.
47-17. Tech has the lead as we get set for the second half here from Danny Miles Court on a Friday night. I told you I went on vacation, went down to Fort Myers, Florida, and played pickleball when I was down there. And it was a great time rekindling some of my youth, growing up in the Seattle area where pickleball was born. And I can say it beat two of the better athletes in the Klamath Basin in doubles. So I won't say who, but it was great to play pickleball. It was just a great experience, and but excited to be back home. Tech will have the basketball to start the second half. Both teams were the original fives. And Northwest looks like they'll try zone, and Gaskin tries to break it and does. Kicks it to the near corner where Kennedy Toll's all by herself and knocks home a three. She's 4 of 4 from the field. And it's 50-17 Tech. They went zone. Gaskin attacked it, kicked to the corner. There was nobody on Kennedy Toll, and the senior knocked it home. Our sideline works Anderson. Well outside the yard, try to pass inside, gets tipped to the corner. Caught there by Snow. She bowls over Josie Ramus, and she's called for a push-up. Foul on Snow will be her third. And free throw set, I should say, it'll be Tech to inbound. So the foul on Snow, her third, and Tech with the basketball. It'll be Gaskin, held just to 2 tonight, has only taken 2 shots as she turns the corner. Goes it to the head of the key. Ramus tries a three, in and out for Josie. And the rebound goes to Carrata Sanchez. She comes right up the middle of the floor, stops at the three-point line, and it's ripped out of her hands by Gaskin. Long lead pass to Tatum. Schmerbach for 2. Fast break basket again for Tech. Gaskin now 5 assists. And another turnover converted by the Lady Owls. 52-17, a minute into the third quarter. Carrata Sanchez has it. We're near wing, outside the yard. She tries baseline, now crosses over the left hand, tips it outside for a long Anderson three. An air ball, and the rebound to Tech. Goes in the hands of Ramus. Long pass up floor. It's Gaskin. Beats him all the way to the basket. She got knocked to the floor. No foul was called, as the block was by DeWard, and DeWard able to get the rebound in transition. Long three up and good by Medeiros. So DeWard did it with the block, the rebound, and the assist. Medeiros now to double figures as Gaskin catches high post, tries a three herself. It won't go. And rebound to the Eagles. Quick trigger that time from Tech as they tried to run the lanes. It's Medeiros to Anderson near wing. They lob inside, caught by DeWard. Shot rejected on the low block. Hammered down that time by Ramus, and Tech with the rebound. It's Gaskin, lob it inside. Ramus right back, gets the layup and missed it. Got her own rebound, put it home. Yes, she tried to miss it so she could pad the stats a bit, did Josie Ramus. 6 rebounds, 10 points for her. And it's 54-20, Tech a 34-point lead. Near angle, works Carrata Sanchez. Try to pass near side, Ramus tipped it away. Tech has scored 25 off of Northwest miscues tonight. Is DeWard going to go to their bench, and back in comes Fabo Santiago. YT 58% shooting on the night. As Medeiros set to inbound. Her pass nearly intercepted again by Tech. As it gets knocked away by Josie Ramus. Toll with 10, Ramus with 10, Schmerbach with 12 to lead the way for the Lady Owls. Is inside, caught by Snow, and a foul going to be called on a turnaround jump shot attempt. It'll go on Ramus, and for Josie it'll be her second, and free throw set to come for Northwest. It'll be Katie Snow, the freshman from Arlington, Washington. That's north of Everett, Washington, if you're familiar with that area. As she puts the free throw up and good. She is 2 of 5 at the line tonight. All of her points coming from the stripe. One more chance for her. And the second one, no good. And a rebound will go to Kennedy Toll. 54-21 the score. Ball at the high post. Swing it near sideline to Schmerbach. Schmerbach takes 3 dribbles, keeps it going, drove into the paint and got tied up. But before so, I think she stutter-stepped was the reasoning. She's called for steps. And a turnover for Oregon Tech, their 7th. She drove in, kind of lost her balance, kind of bowled into one of the Northwest players, but that extra step, I think, was the issue. Eagles try to break a little quarter court trap. It's Fabo Santiago. Drives the baseline, throw it right into the hands of Alexis Elquist. A turnover there, and as they come up floor, a whistle. Foul's going to be called on Fabo Santiago. It'll be her third. And Northwest with their second foul here in the third quarter with 7:15 left in the period. And Tech leading 54-21. As will be Alexis Elquist to inbound out of backcourt. Oregon Tech trailed 2-0 and 4-2, and that was it. As it's Schmierbach, far sideline, between the circles to Toll. Now near wing to Gaskin. They go to the elbow. Ramus goes onto the low block, caught down there by Elquist, and she's held up. And the arrow will go to Northwest. Quick hands that time by Sadie Anderson to force the turnover. So it'll be Anderson inbound out of backcourt. Northwest 5 of 23 from the field tonight. More made free throws than field goals. As up the middle of the floor works Kimberly Carrata Sanchez. And a hand check going to get called by the official against Gaskin. Second foul on Gaskin. And along the far sideline, it'll be Medeiros to inbound. She's looking to try to lob it in and lobbed it right into the hands of Tatum Schmierbach. Tech with numbers. They get it to Gaskin, but then Gabby lost control of it, and it's a turnover. Up the other way, it's Anderson. Snow. Fabo Santiago now off a screen. Lob it back to the head of the key, caught there by Snow, and away from the ball, a whistle, and it's going to be a foul on Northwest. It's going to go on Sadie Anderson pushing off. It'll be her third. And Tech going to go to their bench. And a couple of the starters to sit down. Kennedy Toll, Gabby Gaskin to the bench. Kendall Feely and Brooke Anderson in. And minimize minutes played is what Tech should do tonight with a big lead. Brooke Anderson's tied a career high. She's got 5 tonight. Kendall Feely looking to score for the first time. As they get it to Anderson, now head of the key in Schmierbach. Skip it right back to Anderson, fakes on a 3, drives in, leaves it back there, Schmierbach. She pump fakes on the 3, drives to the elbow with 10 to shoot. No look pass goes to Feely with 8. Goes right back into Elquist, lob it inside, Ramus down low. Missed the runner and a rebound to Anderson for the visitors. It is Sadie Anderson. Quick pass up to Fabo Santiago. Spins into the lane, forced up a shot, missed it. And Elquist on the weak side, the rebound, and she's fouled. That foul go against Northwest. And it will go against Fabo Santiago. That's going to be her 4th. We'll see who comes in for them as Fabo Santiago to the bench. Rachel Snow checks in for her. Caitlin Wright in. She will replace Elquist. Maddie Toll in for Tech as well. So Tech with Maddie Toll, Caitlin Wright, Anderson, Schmierbach, and Feely. And it's Caitlin Wright in the near corner. Lobs it against the zone to Tatum Schmierbach. Now far side to Feely. Feely, skip pass, gets tipped in the air. Maddie Toll keeping it alive, can't. It's stolen away by the visitors. Up floor working goes Sadie Anderson. Finds the cutter, it's Snow, and another whistle blown in a 33-point game. And the officials just won't let the kids play. Tatum Schmierbach will pick up her 3rd. It'll be a non-shooting foul. We're nearing the under 5 timeout. With Tech leading 54, the third 21. As the inbound, it will be Medeiros trying to get it inbounded. 5-second count is on. They go inside. Snow catches down there. That's Katie Snow. And she's able to score. Nice pass by Medeiros to find her. Katie Snow has 4 points. 54-23. High post, it's Caitlin Wright. Reverse it near side to Anderson. Inside, Schmierbach catches. Gets double teamed down on the block, so she'll lob it all the way out to Feely with 15 to shoot. Now it's Caitlin Wright, far side, a pump fake. Now inside, Schmierbach turns, lobs. Maddie Toll's down low, and she's going to the line when we come back. The foul is called on Rachel Snow. It'll be her first, and we've got the under 5 timeout. 54-23, Tech has the lead. We're back here from Klamath Falls after this timeout.
At Papa Murphy's, we know family time is more important than ever. And our family wants to do all we can to help your family. So we're making it easier to get pizza made from scratch that you bake at home by offering online ordering everywhere and delivery and curbside pickup where we can. So you can keep family time as normal as possible. Papa Murphy's. We're in this together.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Kind of a slow third quarter for both of these teams. Just 6 points for either side as Maddie Toll will be at the line when we come back. As the Eagles will come out with a new unit. They'll have Rachel Snow along with DeWard. Katie Snow, Carrata Sanchez, and Medeiros as the first free throw no good by Maddie Toll. She split a pair in the first half, has not converted a field goal tonight. Second free throw also no good. Schmierbach the offensive rebound and stuck it home. Tatum Schmierbach, 14 points and 8 rebounds. Nearing a double-double as Carrata Sanchez looks to attack. And a body foul called an OIT. Joy Lease is just standing here going, just let him play. Maddie Toll pick up that one. And in a game that's 33 points and completely out of reach for Northwest, at least in theory, the officials just whistle happy tonight as a free throw won't go for Carrata Sanchez. She's 1 of 3 from the line tonight. Tech still making 58% of their field goals. 4:40 left here in third quarter. The second one is good. 56-24. Tech with Maddie Toll, Caitlin Wright, Anderson, Schmierbach, and Feely. And it's far corner to Maddie Toll. She'll lob it to the head of the key. Brooke Anderson catches there. Give it right back to Feely. Now to the free throw line. Schmierbach catches there. She'll back it all the way out to the three-point line. Skip it to Anderson near wing. She'll look to try a three. Off the mark, no good. Offensive rebound by Maddie Toll. She'll put it up with the left hand. No. Rebound tipped around. DeWard has it inside. She's tied up, and I think this time the arrow goes to Tech. So Tech will get the possession. And they will give Tech a full shot clock reset. Near sideline, works Schmierbach. She'll drive in and a body foul called again. And more free throws coming. Foul will go on Rachel Snow. It'll be her second. As to the bench goes Snow, Charlize Katz in. Eagles will also bring back in Sadie Anderson for the other Snow sister. So now it's Tatum Schmierbach's chance to go to the line. 14 for her. Split a pair of free throws in the first half. Playing with 3 fouls as the free throw rattles around and falls. Tech now 8 of 17 at the line. Free throw here gets them back to 50%. 4:07 left third quarter. Free throw would give Tech equal their largest lead. It does not, but Caitlin Wright's there for the offensive rebound. Goes right back to Schmierbach for 2 more. Schmierbach was 17. Now the largest lead is 35 for Tech. Off a screen is Carrata Sanchez at the high post. Lob it right back to the head of the key. Caught there by Medeiros. He's trying to get it to DeWard on the block. Can't get her a touch. So they'll have to reverse it back to Carrata Sanchez, who's going to attack. Good help side defense for Tech as she forced up a shot in traffic, and it's good. Maddie Toll slid down with good help side defense. Forced a tough shot that time for the kid from Kirkland, Washington, but she converted. 59-26, 3:30 left third quarter. Bounce pass to the far corner. It's Madison Toll inside to Feely. She takes a dip step and then tipped it back outside the arc to Wright. She travels, with the basketball. She tried to drive down the right side of the lane and got called for steps. Gaskin back in for Tech. Sitting down is Feely. Kennedy Toll back in. She'll replace Wright. So Tech liberally substituting here this evening. Try to keep those minutes down. Northwest at the 3:15 mark here in the third with the basketball. Anderson has it, right angle, working against Schmierbach. Lob it to the head of the key, and Corrada Sanchez. Inside to Ward, catches, squares up, drives in, gets double team. It's going to be a held ball. The arrow's going to stay at this end, though. Toll stood her straight up from the weak side. It was Brooke Anderson that forced the tie up, but the arrow stays at Northwest's end. So it'll be Medeiros to inbound. Dumps it in the corner to Anderson. Right back to Medeiros. She backs Anderson in. Tries to draw contact. Missed the shot, and the rebound goes to Madison Toll. Up floor comes Schmierbach. Tatum with a right-hand dribble. Gets to the free throw line to Kennedy Toll. Inside to her sister, Maddie. Maddie going to work. Jump stop. Turns. Lefty. Got it! Madison Toll's first field goal tonight. 61-26. Nice patient move that time by the grad student from Gridley, California. Their angle works outside the arc. It's Corrada Sanchez. Knifes the dribble between her legs, keeps it going with her right hand, trying to drive against Gaskin, and off a high ball screen, a whistle away from the ball called, and it's going to go on Gaskin. Foul on Gaskin will be her third. Free throws will come for Northwest as Chelsea Ching in for Gaskin and Ramus in for Toll. And free throws here again for Corrada Sanchez. 2:24 left here in quarter number 3. As the free throw rattles in, give her 5 on the night. 1 of 7 from the field, 3 of 5 at the line. Medeiros and Katz, Anderson to Ward, and Corrada Sanchez, the 5 on the floor for Randall Eden's squad, as the second free throw is also good. And it looks like Northwest is going to use a timeout, so we'll take it with them. 2:24 left here in the third, 61-28 the score. We're back after this.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
Elsewhere around the Cascade Conference, Eastern Oregon leading Bushnell 62-47. That's midway through the fourth quarter. And it's Southern Oregon about to close out Evergreen State 71-33. Out of the timeout, Tech with Ching and Toll, Anderson, Schmierbach, and Ramus. As it looks like Northwest going to go to a 1-2-2. Near sideline, it's Ching. Pulls it out to the center circle. Now it's Anderson with the 2 dribbles and gives it right back to Chelsea Ching. They'll reverse it to Kennedy Toll with 15 to shoot to the short corner, and Ramus head of the key. They'll reverse it to Anderson. She'll try the baseline. Cut off there. Lob it to Kennedy Toll. She'll go right through the middle of the lane, force up a right-hand shot. Missed it. Got her own rebound, though. They go right back to the free throw line. Caught there by Schmierbach. She'll attack and draw a foul. More free throws for Tech. As the foul is called in DeWard, it'll be her second. So you look at the Northwest foul total. Anderson with 3, DeWard with 2, Corrada Sanchez with 2, Rachel Snow with 2, Pepo Santiago with 4, and Katie Snow with 3. As Tatum Schmierbach, 2 of 4 at the line tonight, leads all scorers with 17. Free throw will not go. 8 of 19 for Oregon Tech at the line. A team that, the interesting thing, their best free throw shooter, Gabby Gaskin, yet to get to the line tonight. second one. That one rattles around and falls. Give her 18 points and 8 rebounds. Trying to get to another double-double. Remember that one last year, which had 28 points and 15 boards. At the head of the key, that's Corrada Sanchez. Drives into the paint, lowers her shoulder, forced up a shot, and it rattles in. Corrada Sanchez has 8, 6 of them here in the second half. 62-30 the score. Near wing works Tatum Schmierbach. Bounce it to the weak side. Driving in was Kennedy Toll, but missed the runner. And rebounded to Ward. Near corner. Quick three on the way. Will not go for the Eagles. That one was by Katz, and Anderson the rebound. Long pass to Ching. Waits for the trailer. It's Tatum Schmierbach. With minute 10 left here in the third quarter. Bounce it to Kennedy Toll, right angle to the free throw line, and Ramus. They'll reverse it near sideline. A wide open three, up and good. Actually, they'll call it a 2 for Brooke Anderson. Anderson has a new career high. That's 7 for her. 64-30. Near angle, it's Fabo Santiago. Threw up a wild 3, nowhere near the rim. The rebound to Kennedy Toll. 5 rebounds for her as Tech tries to run, and Tech throws it away. It was Anderson trying to thread the needle to try to get it to Chelsea Ching and threw it away. So turnover for OIT. As Beatrice Simon back in for the Eagles with 44 seconds left here, quarter number 3. 64-30 Tech. It'll be Simon at the high post. Bounce a pass to the far side to no one. It'll be a turnover for the Eagles, their 21st of the night. That one, an unforced turnover. Tech with 12 steals tonight. On those 22 turnovers, OIT's turned it over 12 times. And most of them have been trying to really work in transition. 3-second differential between game clock and shot clock as they go inside to Schmierbach. Bounce it right back outside to Kennedy Toll. She'll go through the lane, throw up a shot, and she's going to the line for the first time. Another foul on the Eagles. And this time it'll go against DeWard. It'll be her third. Have a feeling this game's going to end tonight over on 92.5 KLED. As to the line goes Kennedy Toll, and that one's good. 11 for her. 80% free thrower on the year, which is among the top 10 in the conference in that category. 11 for Key. Make it 12 with that one. As the Eagles will bring in Fabo Santiago despite having 4 fouls. 18 seconds left in the quarter. The lead is 66-30 Tech. Off a screen at the high post. Works Katz to Medeiros. Well outside the arc with 8 to shoot. To drive all the way in, force up a shot, and they're going to call a charge. So it'll be a charge on Medeiros plus a foul. It'll be her first. And with 5 seconds left in the quarter, Tech will have one final chance. It'll be Schmierbach set to inbound it. See if they get a shot off or not. They'll go to Brooke Anderson. She'll get a crossover dribble with 3, with 2, with 1. Anderson at the horn, forced it up and in! Brooke Anderson at the horn with the basket, and it's 68-30. Lady Owls after 3, a runaway here tonight at Danny Miles Court. Fourth quarter next on the home of the Lady Owls, 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Experience is everything at Klamath Falls Toyota. Experience digital solutions like an online buying process, fast and easy. Estimate your payments. Nice. Value your trade-in and get pre-approved for financing. Do all the paperwork remotely. Choose in-person pickup or at-home delivery. We even offer airport pickup. Klamath Falls Toyota, where experience is everything.
Oregon Tech, 27 of 48 from the field, 56%. Northwest, 8 of 30 from the field. Tech's going to let a lot of kids who don't get a chance to play much come in here to start the fourth quarter. As in comes Ebony McMillan, in comes Lily Everson, in comes Avery Andrews as well. And so Tech will have the basketball, leading by 38. And it's Lily Everson at the high post to Chelsea Ching near wing. Now it's McMillan, the kid from Australia, and she throws it away. Threw it right into the hands of Simon. So a turnover on the first possession. At the high post works Charlize Katz. Now back to the hands of Fabo Samuel with a left-hand dribble. Head of the key, it's Medeiros, 10 to shoot. She'll drive in against McMillan, get to the elbow, throw it to the near corner where a long three won't go. And a rebound inside, and it'll be a foul on Northwest, I believe. Yes, it will. As it was Katz that put up the shot, and the rebound was pulled down by Everson, and the foul was called on the squad from Northwest. They go on Fabo Samuel, Santiago, and it was her 5th foul. So her night is over. So they made a quick transition, got her off the floor, and Tech with the basketball. 9:14 left in the game. Near sidelines, Chelsea Ching. Lobs it to the baseline, caught there by the redshirt sophomore. It's tipped away back to the hands of Ching with 12 to shoot. Everson has it, high post. Throw it near sideline to Kendall Feely. She'll drive in, just force up a right-hand shot, no good. And the rebound goes to Northwest. It went to Simon. Simon along the right sideline. He'll swing it to the near side. Medeiros tries a three, heel the rim and off, and the rebound tipped around. Kept alive by the Eagles. Shot won't go on the putback by Anderson, and the rebound tracked down by McMillan for Tech. Up floor, it's Feely down the near wing. Waits for the trailer. That's Ebony McMillan. And handed off to Lily Everson, and right back to Chelsea Ching. 8:30 left of the game, 68-30 Tech. Near sideline, it's Kendall Feely to the baseline, caught there by McMillan. One dribble with the right hand, throw right back to Everson. Now center of the floor to Ching with 10 to shoot. Chelsea Ching will step back to the center circle. Now attack the left side of the lane. Leave it off for Andrews. Inside for 2. Mountain View's Avery Andrews with the basket on the low block. 70-30. Tech's lead is 40. Inside it's Medeiros. Forced up a shot. Missed it. Andrews the rebound for Tech. At 6'3". Long pass up floor to Kendall Feely. She'll attack with the right hand, try to throw it into Ebony McMillan and threw it away. Stolen away by Medeiros. 1-on-2 fast break. Medeiros going to attack in against Chelsea Ching. Force up a shot and miss it. The rebound to Everson for Tech. Lily will bring it up floor. The sophomore from Forest Grove. Hands it off to Ching, and she'll slow the offense. They go to the corner. That's Feely for 3. Front iron and off, no good. And a rebound to Northwest. That's Rachel Snow. Here come the Eagles the other way. Katie Snow now has it. Drives to the free throw line, stopped by Chelsea Ching. Left to bounce it back outside the arc to Simon near wing. She'll drive to the baseline, throw it back to Snow. Shot put a long 3 up, in and out, no good. Andrews the rebound for Tech, and she's fouled on the rebound. See who they catch. I believe it'll go on Katie Snow. It'll be her 4th. And so it is 70-30. And Tech will have the basketball with 7:15 left in the contest. The only player I think has yet to see the floor is Kate Miles for Tech. As at the free throw line, it's McMillan. Got cut off there. He'll lob it back out to Everson. 13 to shoot. Everson waits, and then a whistle, and they're going to call Lily for travel as she was stutter stepping her feet. And that's going to get Annie Campos up off the bench. And I just mentioned Kate Miles, and she's going to come on. As McMillan going to sit down along with Everson. So the kid from Coos Bay and Marshfield High, Kate Miles, two-sport athlete, checks in. Annie Campos, who scored a couple in the first half as well. Tech has played man defense the entire time as Snow catches. Drives in, lost control of the dribble, and then a travel's going to be called. Thought a reach might get called. They said no. It'll be a travel violation. the 25th turnover. As Caitlin Wright back in, and sitting down is Kendall Feely. So Tech's lineup, Ching, Wright, Campos, Miles, and Andrews. With 6:45 left in the ball game. And Chelsea Ching to walk it up floor. So get to the hash mark, throw it outside the arc to Caitlin Wright at 4 first half steals to Chelsea Ching near corner. Campos trying to post up on the low block. Lob it to Wright at the head of the key, now to the free throw line. Campos out, Kate Miles for 3. Yes! Oh, the crowd loved that one. Kate Miles with the triple, channeling her days at Marshfield. 73-30, and Wright with a steal once again. Caitlin all the way to the basket, and she's going to go to the line. 5 steals for Caitlin Wright tonight. As the foul will be on Anderson, it'll be her 4th. So Chelsea Ching to the bench. Back in will come Brooke Anderson. Northwest puts pretty much their starting 5 back on the floor. As it'll be Caitlin Anderson, 2 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 steals tonight, going to the strike. Tech 11 of 22 at the line. That has been the only question mark. And Wright, who struggled at the line this season, back ironing off on the first. The junior from Burns, just 2 of 7 at the line. Her second one, also no good. But reaching and grabbing the rebound was Campos, but she's tied up. And the arrow is going to go to Northwest. So the Eagles will get the rebound. Off the held ball. We'll have a timeout coming shortly. Might be our last timeout, we'll see. Northwest has it near sideline. Well, outside the arc, it's Medeiros. Tries to lob inside, threw it right in the hands of Avery Andrews. Tech will run. Caitlin Wright to Anderson. Brooke Anderson thought about a 3, steps into it. No. Long rebound. Tracked down. Out of backcourt by Medeiros. She'll weave her way into forecourt with a crossover dribble. Jump stop in the lane. Forced up a left-hand runner and missed it. Rebound goes to Tech. Up floor, it's Kate Miles. Bounce pass to the baseline. Caitlin Wright puts up a shot. Then it was another attempt inside that won't go. It was Campos that got that one, and DeWard got the rebound. Inside working is Medeiros. Double team there, and a body foul going to get called by Tech. For the first time, the referee's letting a little bit go, which was something that I was wondering when that would happen. 5:15 left in the ball game, 73-30 Tech. And they'll inbound on the baseline. And a foul called before the ball is inbounded on OIT. It'll be on Campos. For a player of the year last year, leading Henley to a state title. The 4A ranks. They'll lob it into DeWard, who's had a quiet night. Backs her way in, turns with a left hand and shows her touch. Her first points after missing her first 5 shots. 73-32. The high post works Caitlin Wright. Now it's Anderson, inside Andrews. Bodies her way in, fakes a shot up and good, showing some touch on the low block. Avery Andrews has 4. 75-32, and driving in, and a whistle as it was Karada Sanchez who drove in, and the foul's called on Caitlin Wright, and we've got a timeout on the floor. 4:47 left, all Lady Owls, 75-32 our score. We're back after this.
These days, you can eat about any kind of pizza in any kind of environment, and that's great. But at Abby's, our customers today want the same things our customers wanted way back in 1964. Delicious pizza, shared with family and friends in a fun, casual setting. If that sounds old-fashioned, that's sort of the point. From our 36 locations, Abby serves the kind of traditional pizza that traditions are made of. Good to the last slice. Abby's, a legendary pizza tradition. Yum.
.447 left in this one. It's been pretty much decided since midway through the second quarter. Northwest going to make a couple changes. As Lee Everson back in for Tech. As it looks like she will replace Campos. It's up the inbound pass. It is a three that's up and good for Corrada Sanchez. Gets her to double figures. 75-35. Northwest field goal percentage still at 25% as Tech tried to go inside. And it was Wright who tried to tip a pass. And it got kicked by Northwest. Shot clock will stay at 22. It'll be Kate Miles to inbound. And she'll get it into Anderson, who has a career high tonight, 9 points. Brooke Anderson at the hash mark, far side to Kate Miles, well outside the arc. But right back to Anderson at the head of the key. 14 to shoot as she drives in, trying to find Wright. Instead, it's Andrews at the high post. She'll turn, body her way to the basket, left her shot short, but an offensive rebound for Tech. It goes to Kate Miles. Pass inside, Andrews missed a runner. And a loose ball foul going to be called on OIT. And it is on Avery Andrews. The foul on Andrews will be her first. Next foul will send Northwest to the line with 4 minutes left of the ball game. It'll be Corrada Sanchez, far side to Medeiros. DeWard has it, head of the key, near sideline to Corrada Sanchez again. She'll attack the middle of the lane, throw up a wild shot, and it rattles around and falls. So Corrada Sanchez getting her points late. 13 for her, 75-37. Is a 38-point lead. Ball at the head of the key, right. Outside to Anderson for a three, and a three ball knocked home by Lily Everson. Check that. It was Brooke Anderson with the triple. It was Everson that got it to her. 78-37 as both teams set to sub a bunch. High post works Medeiros. She'll cross over, drive in, Wright cuts her off. I should say it's Miles that cut her off. Back to the hands of Snow. Now Medeiros along the far corner, drives all the way in, nobody picks her up. Short arm on the shot, and the rebound's going to go out of bounds to Northwest. Both teams going to sub a bunch with 3 minutes left. Tech going to bring in 5, I think. Ching, Feely, McMillan as well. Campos checking in as well. Northwest will bring in Dumlo, Snow sisters, and Simon. As it's Simon in the corner, tries a three and drained it. Late three there for Beatrice Simon. Was just a 19% three-point shooter coming into the day. 78-40. Zone being played by the Eagles, Tech being patient. Caitlin Wright to the free throw line, caught there by McMillan. She fades away, forced up a shot. It was an error ball, and the rebound will go to the Eagles. The Eagles will inbound, trailing by 38 with 2:38 left in the ball game. In men's game right now, the Justin Parnell show going on right now over on 92.5 KLAD. We may join here during our post-game report potentially tonight. Far sideline, it's Dumlau. She has not taken a two-point shot this year. She'll skip it back to the hands of Snow. She'll spin in the lane, kick it outside. Simon going to try another three. Missed that one. Got her own rebound. Her putback shot won't go, and the rebound goes to Tech. Up floor, a skip pass to the near corner. It goes to Annie Campos. Turns, missed the runner. McMillan the offensive rebound. Her putback shot gets knocked away and out of bounds. So tackle inbound along the baseline. Probably should get a reset there, I would think, to 20. As it'll be Caitlin Wright. She's had a great night tonight, especially on the defensive end. They'll get inbounded to Annie Campos. We're inside of 2 minutes. McMillan at the elbow, throw it to Feely. She'll try a three in the corner, no. And the rebound is going to be a foul called on Tech, I believe. I think we'll walk to the other end as it was an over the back call. I think it's going to go against McMillan for the Lady Owls. Yep, that's exactly what it is. And it is 5 fouls, so we should have free throws at the other end. The officials are, I don't think, paying attention to it. And should be going to the other end to shoot a 2-shot. And the officials not looking at the scoreboard, and now they go, oh yeah, what I've been saying for about the last few minutes. So we will have free throws for Northwest at the other end. And it should be Katie Snow at the line, and it is. She was the one who was harmed on that over and back goal. So 2-shot opportunity for Northwest. And her first is up and good. This one all but academic. Just what the final score will be is the Tech field goal percentage has dipped down to 50% as the reserves have struggled converting. 78-42, 36-point lead. Caitlin Wright to Feely to the near side, and Chelsea Ching. Go to McMillan at the foul line to the head of the key. Caitlin Wright tries one. Heel the rim, back iron, no. Offensive rebound for Campos. She'll body her way back to the basket and score. Annie Campos doing the dirty work on the low block. Give her 4 tonight to go along with a couple rebounds. Inside the final 90 seconds, it's 80-42 Tech. They'll go to the near side. Chelsea Ching nearly with a steal. As it's tipped back to the hands of Katz. He'll throw it at Snow at the head of the key. She looks to try to drive her way to the basket. Tip it to the baseline, and an offensive foul called on Northwest. It'll go against Katie Snow. That'll be her 5th. And so she will have to sit down after being disqualified. And Northwest will go to the end of their bench, and who's going to come in? They will bring back in Sadie Anderson. So despite having, looks like 18 players on their roster, I think Northwest might have only traveled 10. Would have been a chance for them to get some kids some minutes. But a minute left here in this one. Tech with a 38-point lead. Chelsea Ching will get it to Kendall Feely, yet to score tonight. Far sideline to Caitlin Wright. Lob it over the defense. McMillan from the short corner. Jump shot's good. Get her a basket. As that was a nice pass from Caitlin Wright. 82-42. Get McMillan into the book. Near sideline, it's Snow. Skip it to the far corner. There's Dumlau for 3. It's an air ball. And a rebound will go to Tech, out of bounds. With 28 seconds left, that'll get Kate Miles off the bench for a final time. Same with Andrews. And Tech will run the clock out. Wouldn't think they will take a shot here inside the final 30 seconds. We'll see. Ching will have it in the center circle. She'll dribble it to the far side. And there'll be a whistle, and they'll call a foul on Northwest. So we're going to get free throws where Tech looked like I thought they were going to run the clock out. So Chelsea Ching, who has yet to score tonight, to go to the stripe. So Chelsea Ching, free throw up, and it's good. She could knock home this one. It'd get Tech to 50% for the night. Tech shooting better from the field than they are from 3. There should be one more. So we're going to wait to see what this is all about. I guess the officials thought that there were 5 team fouls, and there wasn't. So that's the officials' crew right there. And so Tech now can run the clock out. I don't think they're going to take a shot. Game clock is down to 11. Okay, Miles will catch right there, and Tech's going to run it out and win 82-42. You'll hear the crowd explode behind us. Our post-game show is next here on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Every year, Oregon Tech enrolls our next generation of graduates in engineering, health sciences, technology, business, and more, with the highest median starting salary of any college or university in Oregon. Now's your time at Oregon Tech.
Hey, on the mountain we've got a saying. Get off your... Touchdown!
Woo.
Mountain Dew. The comfort of home has never been more important, which is why we're committed to delivering affordable, reliable power. Our reliability track record is 99.98%, and we're always working on new and better ways to go even further.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.